Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Carabina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today we have Saffron Tiger back with us. Welcome, Saffron.
Namaskar, Meenaji, and namaskar to all my viewers. It's a pleasure to be on your show and looking forward to yet another candid session with you.
Yeah. Also, Saffron, I would just wanted to inform you that we've started our Hindi sessions also in the morning or
Oh,
through
yeah.
the weekdays. Yeah. So that the word gets spreads, faster. So in case any day you are available at that time, we usually have it at 1 o'clock live. So which is 1 o'clock IST. And if in case you are there, you could always join for a few minutes and then
Sure,
speak in
sure,
Hindi as well.
sure. Is
So
it conducted by you or Jaydev?
yeah, it's me at the moment.
Okay, great, great,
Because
great.
just getting the hang of Hindi,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not very fluent, so I'm trying my best to, make it smooth.
You are
So
far more fluent than so many native Hindi speakers that I know. So you're good.
it's basically because Saffron, I love Hindi. I think that Hindi is the most polite language. Okay, so there's so much of respect and what you call poetry. It's very poetic. So there's lots of things about Hindi that I like. But then if you look at all the other languages as well, if you look at the southern languages as well as other languages in India, each one has its own beauty. You know for
Absolutely.
example, in our language, in Malayalam, a lot of the words are taken from Sanskrit. They originate
Oh,
from Sanskrit. Okay, so when you read Sanskrit, you can understand quite a bit.
I know a little bit of Malayalam, very
Yeah,
little. So,
yeah. Being in America, I'm sure you would have a lot of friends from Kerala.
absolutely. And even growing up, there were a lot of teachers and
Yeah,
people who were very successful coming
yeah,
from Kerala, and they
yeah,
did like immense sacrifices for their
yeah.
families to be where they are today. So it's really
Absolutely.
good to know all of them.
See, there is what do you say? People know that Keralites who go out of India are very successful. But the Keralites who are in Kerala itself, are drawn into this syndrome, egoistic syndrome, where they like to be their own bosses and they don't like to listen to others. So that's why Kerala is not doing too well now, and especially under a communist government like Pinrai.
Absolutely, and not only these egotistical, egomaniacal personalities are not only seen in Kerala but everywhere around the country, where they
Yeah,
say that they keep a rationale that they are above anybody who is going out of the country to
yeah,
earn their livelihood and so
yes,
on and so forth. So what we can do is ignore such people and look towards the development of our Bharat and our families and
yeah.
promote our rich culture of indigenous values all over the world.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just tell you a small example. See, people like to be a little aggressive. So when we used to come from abroad, and we used to, even if you go to a small tea shop, and if you want to buy a packet of cigarettes or something small, like biscuits or something, so if you ask them, "Do you have biscuits?" The first, the thing they'll say is that, "Why wouldn't I have cigarettes?" So
Yeah,
so you say, "Do you have chips?" Why wouldn't I? He's quite aggressive,
it's like a
and
negative connotation to every
yeah,
question that you are asking. It's a simple yes or
yeah,
no answer, but they
yeah.
turn it into something larger than life.
So that those are the humorous bits of being in Kerala. Yeah. So let's go to the first story point that I wanted to discuss with you, Saffron. It's like Adipurush has become such a huge thing in India now. So ever since the maker dropped the Adipurush teaser online, it has become the talk of the town for all the wrong reasons. The film, as you know, which stars Prabhas, Saif Khan, and Kriti Sanon in the lead roles, is based on Indian mythology. Recently, Kamal Rashid Khan, that is KRK, took to Twitter to tweet about the Om Raut directorial and claimed that the producer Bhushan Kumar has already lost 450 crores with the launch of this teaser. Now, to convince more people of this theory, self proclaimed critic KRK has now dropped a video explaining the same. And the Deshrohi actor shot a detailed video where he made many claims, including that they had approached Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi for the teaser launch. You know, According to KRK, to release the Adipurush teaser on a grand scale, the makers approached Yogiji and invited him to the mega event in Ayodhya. However, the CM asked the makers to first show the teaser to him before he goes to show it to the public. This is when CM Yogi gave a big thumbs down to the makers and dished the trailer for the misrepresentation of characters of the film. Thus, he decided to give the teaser launch a miss. Now, Yogi apparently told the Adipush makers, "You've tried to Islamify Ramayana. You're disrespecting us. I will not release its teasers." In his video, KRK also ripped apart the director Omrat apart for his, from his directorial skills, claiming that one Bollywood actor had called him when he was offered the film. However, KRK asked him not to do it, as whichever film he makes next is going to be a flop film. Now, this KRK claimed that the producer Bhushan has around 200 movies ready on OTT platform, and nobody is ready to buy it. Now, here, what the Mrityunjay has done in Twitter, he has put, the jihadi headscarf on Saif and given him some ammunition as well to show you that there is not much difference. But now, Saffron, you'll see that the Adipurush dialogue writer, Manoj Muntashir, he defends Saif's look as Ravana and says, which Alauddin Khilji wears Rudraksha, you know. And he said that, and he also applies tilak on his forehead. I'm not talking about the full film, but you can see that Ravana is wearing Rudraksha and tilak. And talking about the beard, it is a creative visualization of Om Raut. Earlier, moustache was used for a villain's identity. Ravan in Adipurush has all the characteristics. People are watching from one angle and judging the movie by the 1 minute teaser. And I proudly say that I can never be a part of a narrative that depicts Ram wrongly, even if I can protest against such things. Meanwhile, Om Raut has been served a notice over the Islamization of Ramayana. The Sarva Brahmin Mahasabha, in their notice, has asked the filmmaker to remove the controversial scenes and tender a public apology within 7 days or face legal action. So this is, we've been doing the story continuously, Saffron, and each day, people are joining in to talk about the misinterpretation of the movie. And first of all, they say, how can you name it Adipurush? Is he a Stone Age man? If you say you want to name it, you say Adarsh Purush, because Lord Rama represented all the moral and values of the times back in times of a god. So how did they do that? And then you have Hanuman looking like a butcher. The kind of beard that he has, and it's so it is in a sense mocking all up gods, and also getting Sita to dress in minimal clothes, and in clothes that are more of Bollywood chiffons. So it's not our Sita in saffron. So all these things have distorted the complete image. People are angry. They wanted boycotted, banned.
Ma'am, this is nothing but yet another sheer attempt by the film industry to malign and disparage our deities and our rich culture with which we so deeply associate.
Yeah.
That being said, one of my friends told me about, we had this interesting discussion where he said that, there are certain movies that you really need to ban because they are still showing some bad things, and maybe they have good visuals and VFX and all those things, but a film like Adipurush, it does not even have good VFX. So there is no, I don't think we will have to do any extra attempts, or we will have to go above and beyond to ban such a third class movie. uh, as far as KRK's opinion is concerned, I don't really trust that guy because he is one of those who plays on both sides of the aisles depending on where is the wind sailing. But I will definitely have a big laughter in his reviews when he's bashing these films, because it is solving my purpose of boycotting Bollywood, and not only Bollywood but Tollywood, Collywood, Mollywood, all the woods that are laying out there and that are against Sanatani values, and anybody who is portraying uh, Hindu dharma and Sanatani way of life in a bad way is going to be boycotted. And also, I don't think that after losing so much money in launching the teaser, I'm sure that this guy Bhushan Kumar must be already having like nightmares even before the release of the teaser, when he saw how a famous movie of Lal Singh Chadda, of like a famous actor like Amir Khan, did so badly. Then everybody in Bollywood will be rattled. Now, if Adipurush does very bad at box office, which I know it will, you will see a very sudden shift where these producers and directors from the south, they will try to distance themselves from the Bollywoodians, because they know what they had done to Sushant. And not only, I don't think the people in southern film industry cared about Sushant, but they do care about their money. That's the only thing that they all care about. So you will see that you will see a very reduction of films where Bollywood and southern film industry is joining hands. It may not
Yeah,
happen at like immediately, but it will happen gradually, because
yeah,
Adi Purush is one of those films where there must be heavy investments.
yes. And also, see, you would know that this Bhushan chap is not of a very clean character himself. If you look at the kind of rumors that have been, tagged with him, these are the conditions that the cabal have. That, see, when a heroine is signed, she has to sleep with the producer, the director, the cinematographer, even the choreographer. So his reputation is very bad at the moment. So on top of that, this big flop is also going to give him added this thing, what you call the heart attacks, you know. And also another thing is, see, Bollywood thinks that if they launch anything, even if it's a 2 minute or 3 minute teaser, in the land where Lord Rama was born, Ayodhya, and they do it in the Sarayu River, with a huge poster of Lord Rama, they think that they have, rubbed the emotions of the Sanatani Hindus. But actually, it has done the opposite, because in no sense does Prabhas look like Lord Rama at all. Now, it would have been the right thing had Prabhas been made Ravan, because he has got the physique, and the look of Ravan. And as earlier we had said, Mukesh Khanna said a very valid point. He said that, see, look, our gods, have got something very, very graceful about them. There is that beauty in their face, which is reflected by their morals and values. So if you look at Rama or Krishna or Lakshmana, in a sense, there are effeminate features, but that makes them so beautiful. They don't have mustache or beards. They've got very beautiful faces. How brilliantly he's explained that. Similarly, in Hanuman's Hanuman Chalisia, they have also described how Hanuman looks. So what they've done is just tried to disrespect us and made us understand that, see, we will give you our depiction of the characters. You better accept it and sit back.
See, that is there is the very deep rooted problem with these people who are trying to set a perception, who are trying to impose this construct on the masses. And that's where people like us, the awakened souls, and all our viewers who have been like, constantly watching your shows over the years, they see through these things very easily. It is very easy to change mass perception. One type of portrayal they will show on big screens, and then people start to believe that, okay, maybe this is how Lord Rama looked, or maybe this is exactly what happened. And they try to twist the historical events in a way that it suits their agenda. And that is exactly what is being shown in films like these. And one of the very pivotal reasons why we have to continue to boycott these people and expose them, talk about the reality. With advent of social media, even common men has gotten a huge ammunition, so to speak, to put forth their views and sorry put forth their views, and also talk about issues which were suppressed by these media channels and film personalities. So I think we are on the right track. And also, a very bad making of the film has helped people like us to do less job of like like being vigorously after them, because the movie is so bad. That's what I've heard. The teaser of the movie is so bad that, it is even worse than what's that other movie that got released of Ranbir Kapoor? uh,
Brahmastra.
Brahmastra. Yeah, at least Brahmastra trailer was okay to watch, but like this teaser is like, you can just like make out that it's going to be a huge flop. So they must be like really worried at this point.
Vishali makes an important point. She says Avatar came so many years ago, and Adipur's effect at least should be better or even closer. And also I think Karthik also says he says Avatar was made by Maverick like James Cameron. Om Raut cannot even qualify for being his assistant, at least in vision. Now, to compare this, Saffron, I decided to watch Avatar again. Okay, since now you have a 4D, 4D, screens. So I couldn't take my eyes off. Not the usual scenes. I'm talking about the flight scenes when they go on these birds and all that. So the kind of scenes that they have done is it makes you so emotional. You know that the people there are not Indians or Hindus, but they've closely described them as people like Hindus, very kind, vegetarians, caring for animals, plants, and all that. Now, see, the kind of effect it has had is tremendous. Now, these people cannot come anywhere near it. And then, what happens is half the time, Bollywood is trying to give interviews and PR material to tell us, to put it into your head. You better accept it. This is the change we are going to bring in Indian films. Okay. And if you don't want it, don't see it. And that's exactly what's happening. Theaters are empty.
Yes, ma'am, it is. There is a great analogy that I would like to make. Uh, After pandemic, in corporate culture, the power differential has shifted towards employee and not the employer. Now employees are being offered jobs to work remotely, have a better work life balance, and employee has the power to say no to the employer, because there is always another employer who is like offering better benefits. And that is how things are also working in the film industry, where with the advent of OTT platforms and the pandemic, and also gruesome murder of Sushant Singh Rajput, all of these, if incidents are having a ripple effect on these cabal owners, so to speak, wherein they are being shown their place. They are being shown that, you have to stop maligning Sanatani values and its way of life, or else you are going to be boycotted. You have to stand on the right side of the street, or else you will be boycotted. You have to speak about the right issues, or else you will be boycotted. And apart from all of these things, you have to prepare good content, which they never do. It is either plagiarized, or it is like very badly made. I don't know why, this investment of crores and crores and crores of rupees. What a bad way to waste. I won't say waste this money, because the money is mostly from ill-gotten deeds. It is from ill proceeds. So all this money that is going, all this black money that is being pumped and funneled through these Bollywood channels, is being translated into the crappy movies that we are seeing. So I feel uh, we I think we are all on the right track, but the thing that masses really need to take it seriously, and which I think they have started taking. Otherwise, a film like Brahmastra wouldn't have flopped the way it did. I don't know if it's a hit or not, but I think that
No,
it
no,
could
it's
have
a
done
huge
better.
flop. Yeah, it's a huge flop that's being made to be, look like a success by Karan Johar. Now, see, let me just tell you something, Saffron. See, when I was working on this, a classical opera based on Ramayana called Lord of the Lanka, which is available on YouTube. See, it's a classical drama with classical dances and contemporary dances. Now, see, I did this script for that also. We wanted to reach out to the youngsters, but we never strayed away from the original. Okay, all we did was, most of the time in the north, people see Ravana as a very wicked man. So we wanted to change that concept and say that no, he was a very learned Brahmin, a Shiva Bhakt, okay, born in Noida, and he was see Lord Shiva himself, gave him 10 boons, and 10 heads, and he said that see you can. He was so impressed by him. Now, even when you say that, see, why did he abduct Sita? This I've said before also, is that only by abducting Sita, who is so close to Rama's heart, could Rama attack him and kill him. And as you know, Rama is the avatar of Vishnu. So he is the avatar of Vishnu. So unless Rama kills him, only then he will get moksha, you know. And it is because of this that he does it. And even the fact that Sita was actually his wife's daughter, they say. You see, because there was a lot of similarity between Ravana's wife, and Sita. If you look at the pictures, they're very similar. Now, many people also say that, see, Sita was never not there. Today, if you look at LED effects and all that, you can actually project someone there. At that time, they did that. Sita was actually not in Sri Lanka, but she was projected there. So there are so many good things. And in the end of the play, what we did was, when Lakshmana is very rejoiced, and he rejoices and says that Lord Rama, we've killed him, let's celebrate. Then also Lord Rama says, no, don't do that. You fall at his fate. He was one of the greatest kings who ruled, Lanka so beautifully. So take his blessings. So that's how it ends. See, look at the greatness of Lord Rama. And here you have what you call a terrorist looking man coming on a bat, okay, not on a vimana. Pushpak vimana was what Ravana used to fly around in. And how do you know that it existed? Because he had a palace high on the mountains where you could not climb up and go. So the vimana used to come and land there. So all this was true. They tried to fool us by saying that this is mythology, and not your history. But every point in our country shows the steps that Lord Rama and Lakshmana took to save Sita. And each of these are historic spots. So let us not, Hindus, I would say, oh great Hindus, relegate it to mythology. This is our history. So please do not allow people to fool you.
I feel that given the kind of distorted versions that are being released on such big platforms, I feel like we should also encourage people from Sri Lanka to boycott this movie,
Yes,
and
yes.
protest because they worship Lord Ravana.
Yeah, and they have spots, where
Exactly.
Sita was in Vanvasan,
Exactly,
you know,
exactly,
so
exactly.
many
So
things.
it is an insult to their beliefs and their faith system and their value system as well. So I think even people from Sri Lanka should join us in boycotting Bollywood, and not only Bollywood, the entire film industry needs to be
Yeah.
boycotted for
In fact, an
portraying.
interesting incident I wanted to tell you is that, see, they even say that, Ravana's sister, Shurpanaga, has been reborn. And they have interviewed this lady, and she said that I am the great king's sister. So if you want to watch that, friends, you can watch that on YouTube. She'll give you all the details, how she existed at that time. So that's also a very interesting thing about it. Yeah. So let's go to the next point, Saffron, where South superstar Chiranjeevi now has thanked Salman Khan for supporting his latest film Godfather, in which the Bollywood star features in an extended cameo. The political action thriller, which will be released on October 5th, so I think it should have been released, is the Telugu remake of 2019 Malayalam movie Lucifer. It raised 38 crores worldwide on its opening. Godfather stars Salman in the role of Masood Bhai, a mercenary and a confidant of Chiranjeevi, a political leader, Brahma Abram Qureshi. The project marks the Telugu debut of the Bharat star. Sharing a video on Instagram on Friday, Chiranjeevi expressed his gratitude to Salman's performance as Masood Boy, calling the character a force behind the success of the film. Thank you, my dear Sallu, Bhai, and congratulations to you too, because Masood Bhai is a force behind Godfather's stupendous success. Thank you, and I love you so much. Vande Matram, the veteran actor said on the video. Now, here, friends, what I wanted to tell you, and also tell you, Saffron, I don't know if you've watched any of Chiranjeevi's movies, Chiranjeevi is, the most melodramatic man you'll find in the South. I mean, you can't watch him because he is very effeminate. When he dances, he looks like a woman. So everything is exaggerated. And now you have another man who can't act for nuts, coming in a cameo role, and both are busy thanking each other. Can you imagine what a big flop this movie will be?
Yeah, ma'am, it takes two to tango, right? So that
Yeah.
perfectly exemplifies the pair. And I saw one, like, Twitter meme that was going around where the both of them were like dancing and something along those lines. So it was very funny to watch that. I mean, I really don't know, like, either they are like crazy or they think that the masses are crazy who are going to buy their crappy movies and all these teasers and promotional things.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've also seen, see, there's been a huge difference from the time Salman Khan used to act in movies, and then you had the whole COVID thing come in. Now he looks like a totally different man. You look like he looks like a man possessed. He's always suspicious of everyone who's going to pull the gun on him. Because after this guy got killed, the singer in Punjab, got killed, Musa. So he's also now very much on the defensive. Now you'll see that his eyes are bloodshot red, and he walks in with his hands in his pockets, suspicious of everybody. So there's something else also going on with him, I suspect. And then you had this strange thing between the Chiranjeevi and his son going, over effusive in thanking this guy. Wait for the film to come out. How can you thank and say that this is a success? 2, 3 days into its release, you say that it is because of Salman Khan. So here, very, I'm sure, Saffron, that there is something behind this. The way Bollywood is wooing them and the way they are wooing Bollywood, there is something so much more in behind the scenes.
Ma'am, you tell me, when was the last time, like, you have like in the before 2 years, when was it that you rarely saw that, like, Hollywood, like Bollywood and South film industry are joining hands. Like there always used to be this concept where South movie was released and then there was a Bollywood remake of it. But you never saw that, like, Sunil Shetty being acting in some Malayali or Kannada or Telugu film for that matter, or Tamil film. I don't know, but Sunil Shetty was also, like, part of some South Indian film. And then there is like Salman Khan, Alia Bhatt, and all of these people. Initially, they weren't doing it. All of this happened after 2020, after like Sushant Singh Rajput got murdered. So clearly the narrative is set that they know that they cannot get anything, like, of added value of profits by themselves. I'm talking about Bollywood cabal. So they had to look out for options, and the one of those options is to join hands with film industry. And that's why you will see that nowadays, like, since after 2020, after Sushant Singh Rajput's murder, if you are on any OTT platform and if you take a look at any Hindi movie, it is released in multiple languages nowadays. It is in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, because they want to make money out of it, right? So the narrative is set. They know that they are not going to make survive by themselves. That's why these actors and like, other film producers and directors, they are also making heavy investments in real estate firms, in technological firms. There's a lot of investments they are doing. I don't know, like, maybe, like, we know one thing for sure, that the wealth that they have earned is not, like, it has a lot of blood on it, and it is through a lot of criminal activities that they have earned it. But what worries me is that it is being funneled into the financial system of our country, which gives rise to things like inflation and loss of money, loss of pay, and other various, like, big problems, economical catastrophes. So we will have to see, like, like, how long this alliance between Bollywood and southern film industry is going to last. From the looks of it, I don't think, like, maybe, like, somehow Bollywood is surviving, but I don't know it. I don't know, like, how long it's going to stand the test of time. That is something that's only need to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Amir Khan has gone back on his word. When he brought out Lal Singh Chadda, he said that he would not never release it on Netflix. Now, this Thursday, he has released it on Netflix. The fans of Amir Khan are in, for a surprise, as no announcement was made before releasing it on Netflix. Neither Amir Khan nor the film's producers announced anything on their social media platforms either. Now, one of the most controversial films, Lal Singh Chadda, has been released on Netflix this Thursday, and the Three Idiots actor has said that they will wait 6 months to release this movie on OTT. Now, the film's release on Netflix has come as a shocking news because earlier there was a rift between Netflix and LSC makers regarding dealing with money. And Dal Singh Chadda was released in cinema theaters on 11th August 2022. It was highly boycotted in India during its release. It had indulged itself in controversy for showing a mentally disabled guy in an Indian Army officer's role. The film was also boycotted because of the lead actor's controversial statements in past interviews. As a result, the movie proved to be Amir Khan's biggest failure in his career. Now, it has managed to collect a total of 129 crores against its high budget of 180 crores. Now, after the film has been released on the biggest OTT platform, producers are expecting to recover the film's, the rest of the movie's money. Now, here, Saffron, more than all this, what I wanted you to speak about was the hypocrisy. They say one thing today, and tomorrow, even before the sun has risen, they have changed their stand completely.
uh, Ma'am, these people, they don't have any stand per se, apart from the stand they have like for money and being against the Sanatani values, right? I'm sure if Lal Singh Chadda would have done well on in the theaters, Amir Khan wouldn't have allowed that movie to go to any OTT platform. The very ahankar, I would say, the very ego of this person got crushed when Lal Singh Chadda did so horribly, so pathetically, worse performance on box office, to such an extent that the distributors, he had to pay money out of his own pocket to the distributors to cover for the losses. I think this is one of those, one of the master stroke played by the masses to show a lesson to the cabal, that like if we can do this to someone like an A-lister like an Amir Khan, if we can do this to Canadian Kumar, if we can do this to the Hakla, then we can do it to anyone and everyone who is going against the supreme values of Sanatani ways, and who is having an agenda that is being run from their kings who are sitting in Karachi or Dubai, right? I mean,
Yeah,
there is only so much the masses could take before what happened, like what we are seeing in the public and what's been happening. So I think it's a very good time that that we should continue to boycott these people, expose these people, and show their real faces to the entire world. And let the PR companies, whatever they are doing, to whitewash their images, let them do that. At the end of the day, paisa bolta hai. When
hmm,
we don't watch their movies, they don't make money. When they don't make money, they are crippled. When they are crippled, they are scared to launch their next project. When they are scared to launch their next project, something will transpire, and again the next movie will also not do well. So it's like a snowball domino effect that will
yeah,
continue to happen. We just need to make sure that we are not getting tired, because see, it's very important. uh, Someone from my family said that it's very hard to boycott art. Yes, I agree, it is hard to boycott art, but you can always boycott trashy art. And what these people release, it's not even art, it is like total crap that they are
yeah,
releasing from time to time.
yeah. Srijana says, Binaji, Salman Khan used to attend every party of Chiranjeevi. I observed this a decade back. In fact, Arpita's wedding was at Falak Nama Palace, and every South Star was invited. Very true. And apparently, someone else also said that a man died because of Chiranjeevi. So they are in no less that there's a mafia in Kerala and everywhere. And Kannada mega hit Kantara is released in Mumbai's Maratha Mandir without dubbing. First South Indian film to be shown like that, and it's running to packed houses. Now here, what I wanted to tell you, Saffron, is that this movie has become a huge success. This Kannada movie called Kantara. It is to do with this sort of buffalo racing, you know, and without anything, no publicity at all. I think it's purely on word of mouth. The movie has made crores, and everybody is praising the kind of action and content that the movie has. So this will be a very big blow for Hollywood, because they cannot bear the fact that, see, they pour in so much money and they put in the top actors like Hrithik and all that, and it never works at all. So movies like this are Pushpa also, are reminders that you need good content and good action.
Absolutely, good content is absolutely necessary, and something which is like, if you are portraying good content and you are portraying it in the manner that it was happened, let's say if it was like, based on true incidents, then like portray the truth in front of people. Why are you
Yes,
trying to change the narrative? Why are you trying to brainwash people? And
yeah,
I just don't understand, like, that these people have no conscience of themselves, like, conscience they don't have. They have like families and all, but I feel like, it is all for namesake, just because they want to like we discuss behind the scenes, like, ma'am, how we discuss about George Soros trying to break the societal structure and trying to, like, encourage people to get into stuff which is only going to further break the societal hierarchies that we have. So
yeah.
I think, yeah, the people, the shots that you are showing on the screen, I think it's a testimony to the fact that we need to continue to boycott these people to that extent, that, like, they are literally squandering for opportunities and
Yeah,
they don't get any.
absolutely. So, moving on to the drug infestation in India. The Mumbai unit of the Narcotics Control Bureau seized 60 kilos high quality MD, that's mephedrone, worth rupees 120 crores, busted a syndicate and apprehended six people, including a kingpin of the operation. From multiple cities, officers said. Those arrested include a pilot who was earlier with Air India. According to officers, the Naval Intelligence Unit in Gujarat's Jamnagar shared information about the suspicious activities of a few people, following which an NCB team led by Mumbai Zonal Director Amit Ghawate coordinated the agency and closely monitored the specified targets. Eventually, it was noticed that a bulk consignment of high quality drugs was about to be transported from Gujarat to another state. The NCB conducted an operation on Monday, seized 10.3 kilos of MD, and arrested four key people. They were identified as Bhaskar, arrested from Jamnagar, Mahida, Chaudhary, and Muthu PD from Mumbai. So here, see again, Saffron. See what happens is that, see, NCB has become very sort of selective, in their attacks on drug halls. Because earlier we know that, see, where does all this drug land up? The drug lands up in Bollywood. You know, Mumbai is a big what do you call adda for drugs. Now, see, why are they so silent about where it is going? you know, and who else is having these drugs? At least when Samir Wankare was there, there was so much of transparency. Now,
Ma'am,
people like Aryan Khan, are walking around with his sister and girlfriend, not even looking at the paparazzi because they are so confident that nobody can catch them.
Ma'am, an agency or any law enforcement machinery is only as good as its government. Here, I am going to blame 200% to the BJP government. What have they done about these things after they came into power, right? What is this new alliance of, like, Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis has done for the Maharashtra state? How much of filth have you cleaned up? Like, you are seeing Devendra Fadnavis and his wife, like, parading with all these movie stars and people from the Bollywood cabal. I mean, you cannot be bashing them when you are not in power and then join hands and see around, like, with paparazzi following you in the parties and all these page three parties that they, like, flaunt themselves in. I feel like, it we are not having the right kind of people with the right intentions who are in the positions of power. And unfortunately, I feel like our prime minister has to carry along with these people, because he is managing a big party. And let's say if you are managing a house, you have cockroaches in your house, you have some certain insects and spiders. So you have to as much as like filth that you can clean, there are always going to be there, and there's always going to be some bad apples in your basket, which are going to further their rottenness to all other fruits. And I that is one of the reasons why I feel that people like Samir Wankhede should have been part of the department where they were performing at their apex level. And after being transferred and after being treated the way he was treated, he is still valiantly fighting and doing everything in his capacity to do whatever he is doing. But if you talk about what is being happening from the agency side, it is, yes, it is shameless. But I feel like there is a bigger game that is being played in the background where the government is compromising all of these things. Are you saying that the agencies don't know where is the drug coming from, who are the agents, who are the level 1 peddlers, level 2 peddlers? They know everything. The only problem is that the I feel like because there is a cut of the politicians who are involved, who are somehow sabotaging the entire operation. That's why we are not seeing.
Yeah, there was a small problem. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, yeah. But yeah, we can hear you clearly now, Minaji.
Yeah. So, in the last piece of news, I know that you would like to, go at 45, 8:45. So, the last piece of news is Aditya Thackeray was enjoying in Switzerland when Uddhav Thackeray was hospitalized, says Shiv Sena MP Rahul Chevale. When the CM was admitted to the hospital, this Yuvaraj was roaming around and enjoying himself in Switzerland in the pub, says MP Rahul Chevale. Now, he says, I'm here to tell you that though he kept talking about the environment, his foreign tour was industry related. So it's it's very strange. But what then it goes on about what he says about this guy. Now here, what I want to say, Saffron, is that see a person whose name has not been cleared in the SSR case. Every bit and a point points out to this fellow, whether it's the relationship between him and his Bollywood friends, his relationship with Ria, what he did with the COVID machine, and all the apps that belong to SSR. To say that he has any feelings for his father would make us just go into hysterics. This is not a man who has emotions. Many of them say that he controls the dark net in India. And many of them also say that Arnab's a reporter was caught because they found something very, very shady in their farmhouse, which is connected to trafficking and organ the same organ trafficking. Now see, if they expect this man to have feelings for his father, you know I would say that, see, you're expecting a lot from this man who is not even human. I would say that he's a mutated species.
Ma'am, what I have heard, the inside news is that both the mother and the son, they hit their father, and he has no say in whatever goes in the house as well as outside of the house. And even the state, when he was in power, it was being run by none other than the polar bear who is afflicted with cancer, and Papa Penguin's wife. So these people don't have any shame, they don't have any say, especially the Papa Penguin. And Baby Penguin, we all know what kind of a monster he is. And I really hope that karma will take its course and he will get the highest punishment. With the way things have been going, it seems very bleak. I don't know how much hope should I have, because he seems to be powerful. Even though he is not in the government, they are well capable of inciting riots in Mumbai if something has happened to him. So we will have to see if BJP government will take any action, if they will bring these perpetrators of Sushant Singh Rajput to justice or not. But yes, we cannot expect anything from these people. His father was in hospital and he was like, you know, into all of his regular activities in the pub. What else can you expect from people like these who have no shame, who whose name is being like closely associated with a lady who was raped and like thrown from her apartment building, right? I mean, Narayan Rane, it's not me, it's Narayan Rane saying that Aditya Thackeray is involved in Disha Salyan murder case. What else like you need, right? What are these agencies doing? What is the police doing? What is the CBI doing, right? Like at least they should go and question Narayan Rane. They are not even doing that. So that gives you a very strong message that like they are all sleeping. I wouldn't even say sleeping lions because they are not lions.
Yeah,
So it is very disheartening. But I really hope that like one day sooner than later there will be justice for Sushant Singh Rajput.
yeah, absolutely. And Maya says just a relevant point. She says a Pakistani boat was intercepted in Indian waters and found narcotic shipment. A Coast Guard alert should be there 24 hours. Here, Maya, I would like to tell you that I'll be doing a small story on where drugs are coming from, and how it is being routed and who are the people who are helping. I've just gathered all that material, so I'll shortly be informing you about that as well. Okay, so thank you so much, Saffron, for joining us. As usual, we know that we have to let the father go back to his baby. So good night, Saffron, from all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meenaji. It's always a pleasure. We don't talk as often as we should, but I'm glad that at least we are able to talk once every 2 weeks. And
Yeah,
I look forward to meeting you soon again.
thank you.
Take care.
So I just continue after you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, friends, let me just take a few comments of yours. Shrujana says, Sushant is an angel who connected all of us. Yes. And he's the reason that we are all in this, together. Also reminds me of Justice Chandrachud's comments. Married women are free to have their own sexual relationships. Now, Maya and a couple of other people have said that there is an ad in which Amir Khan is making fun of our, Ghar Pravesh, rituals. And that, and let me just see if I can get it. Um, okay, let me just see if I can, because the comments are coming pretty fast. So I think it's somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, getting back to that statement, it's a little bit far away. So one more point, she says, last day for filing response, Uddhav Sena's lawyer has rushed to EC office to present their claim for bow and arrow symbol. Tomorrow we'll know who gets it, Shinde Sena or Uddhav Sena. Okay. Now here, one thing, Maya and all the others that I'd like to say is that, see, they can dance, they can stand on their heads, they can't do a damn to Sanatana Dharma. What we have to do, you and me and all our friends and our relatives, is that continue our festivals with full vigor, whether it's Diwali, Dashara, whatever it is. Show them that you are proud Hindus. If they hit at you, hit at them, get them banned and blocked, and remove the ad. This is your duty. You can't sit back and say that, see, I'm working in the office and hence I can't ask these brands to remove their ads. No, it's your duty. Earlier we used to have people who fought for our freedom. They were out on the roads giving their lives. Today it's a different kind of what you call army that we have, sitting in offices fighting. You're all doing your own bit by boycotting Bollywood. But this is also an important part. Preserve Sanatana Dharma. Now, what Maya said, and many more people on this said, is that they could not tolerate the ad of Ghar Pravesh in one of the ads, which I have not seen. I want to see it. So it's very important that all of you protest. Look at what has happened to Adipurush. This is the kind of effect you should have, friends. Don't allow. And now Pathan is coming. How dare a man, because he wanted to save his son from the clutches of law, you know, got a righteous officer and his full family butchered mentally and thrown away because he wanted to save his son who was into drugs. Now he caught the right politicians. He ran to Delhi. He caught the right politicians, and then slaves like Nawab Malik, started saying that Samir Wankhede is this and that, his father, his mother, his sister, his wife, but his own son-in-law was caught, in drug trading. So, you friends, promise me. This is what I ask of you. Boycott Pathan. Anything that comes about SRK, do not encourage it. Make sure these people eat mud. That is the only way, we can get justice for SSR, and also for the fact that they mock our religion, they mock our deities, everything. They desecrate our temples. So this is my, on a last, what I would say on a closing note, this is what I would request all of you to do. Please, from your side, do it for us. It's not something that, you think that it is my duty or somebody else's duty. It's our duty together. Whenever you think of Pathan, please have Samir Wankhade's face right in front of you. What has been done to a righteous officer who served so many years faithfully in his job, and how he was treated. Can corrupt people in Bollywood and politics do that to an officer like him, who was working transparently in catching every worm in Bollywood? All these Ananyas and Deepikas and these Sara Ali Khans, and this Shakti Kapoor's daughter, I forget her name, Shraddha, and all these people. Why were they caught? Were they caught because they had toothpaste in their hands? No. They were all caught because they are in this drug business. And they were being protected. So when he swooped in on a superstar son, then the father decided that this is the limit. So father sprang into action, used all his influence and all the money that he gives all these politicians, and everybody gave in, including the federal agencies. So please, friends, this is my request before I close this tonight's show. Do this. Fight for our honest officers. Fight for us. Be with us as one hand. Do not give up. India is a very, very strong country. Justice will be served. We have a strong leader, So let us fight together. And when you have frustrations, come to this channel, talk about it. Let us discuss it, and find solutions to it. Don't think that your boycott Bollywood has not mattered. How many films have flopped? It is only this movie, and that too because of this, what you call the movie Ponni Selvan. It is only because of crazy Tamilians that the movie is going to become a hit, because they are coming out with stupid statements, saying that our Maharajas were Christians. And who is speaking about it? People like Kamala Hassan, who is a convert, a Christian convert. So let us not accept this, friends. Please, listen and carefully. Wherever you can hit, please strike. And we are not talking about violence. This is all to be done without violence. Whenever your religion is hurt, hit back. Whenever your senior, your parents are hurt, hit back. Whenever your temples are desecrated, talk about it. The more you talk about it, action is taken. People notice, and it works. Now, why do you think all these people are, you say, dara hua insan? They're all scared. Amir Khan, before his release, he was saying, "I'm so scared. What will be the effect of the movie when it's released?" He knew that it's going to be a huge flop. Now he's eating his words, and he's put it on OTT. Okay, so this is what you should do: make them eat dirt for what they have done to Sushant, what they have done to our dharma, what they have done to all the innocent people that they have, symbolically also participated in killing. Samir Wankare, ki jai. Yes, Kamal's statement, because of Bibi, is coming back, so people have to understand that. Sure, Minaji, you are the soul of this show where all the truth comes out. It's a promise that you need to make to us, that you have to join us and be our force. I'm very proud of this channel because the kind of talk that we share in this channel is not something that you will see in the other channels. In the other channels, it's purely, they would talk about gossip or something. Here, it's not that. You all are discussing so many valid topics. Everything that is coming in the news, you all are dissecting. And you all are giving your versions of it and what should be done. And that's why I find, our family a very strong one. Please continue to contribute like this, and make us strong and let us, put our mission across, because we have nothing to lose. If we fight, we win everything. But if we give up, we have lost everything. Karthik, let us create a new Guinness record in Bollywood. Boycott till all their films flop till 2024 and they wind up shop and run away to Dubai. Yes, well said. Kamal Hassan is removing any baggage in the way of becoming CM, pretending a Christian for votes. Pinky promise. SRK needs to be treated. How he treated? Yes. Maya, this is what I'm asking. Because just to save a scrap of a boy, a spoilt, pampered child who can't think beyond luxuries, they destroyed a complete family. Don't think Samir Wankade is going to sit quiet. He'll have his pound of flesh, and we will make sure that he gets his pound of flesh. I'm become happy when I come to this channel because like-minded people are here. Offline, I'm criticized, and in social media, I'm appreciated. Thanks, SSRians and Candid Meena family. That's why I tell you, when you're here, we listen to your pain, your voice, and we also convey it to the world. Whenever you write something about, relevant about what we discuss, I put it on Twitter, and we have a very large following. People comment on it. It's very important that your voice reaches all over. So thank you, friends. And just a few more comments before I end the show. Kamal Hassan is pretending to be a Christian. He became a Christian during his 20s itself. See his interview? Yes. You've sent me that interview, Karthik, and I was watching that very carefully. Yes, indeed. This man is fooling everybody. Welcome, Vladimir. Doesn't matter. You're there almost on a regular basis. Minaji, ek Telegram account banalo so we can send news there regularly. It's already there. I will post that as well, lazy boy. Okay. Julie, thanks for everything. Boycott evil wood altogether. So good night with that. And thank you, friends.